Hey guys, Melinda Haynes, license number 102308. Hi, new subscribers. So, I want to talk today about passive aggressive behavior and what to do about it. So, passive aggressive behavior shows up in ways that are it could be subtle, but it's not necessarily subtle. The reason why it's passive is because they're not directly confronting you. The person is not saying, I'm frustrated about this thing, can we please talk? I feel hurt when you do this, or I'm having an issue with such and so. They don't do that. Instead, they do things like, you have an appointment, for example, and they'll change it like 100 times until you're like, are we meeting or not? Or they'll say, I'm going to call you, and then they don't call. Or they use a lot of sarcasm when they're interacting with you. Typically, you'll feel vaguely manipulated or insulted, but you'll never really be able to put your finger on it for like specific. And then when you confront them on it, they'll either deny it or they'll pretend like they didn't do it on purpose, or you misunderstood them, they weren't really meaning that, because they're uncomfortable with confrontation. Now, confrontation doesn't have to be like, I'm going to fight you. That's not confrontation. Is just like, hey, we're two adults, let's have this conversation about this difficult topic. That could be confrontation. And so that person either doesn't feel comfortable doing that because they're afraid you're going to reject them, or because they just don't have the confidence to stand up for themselves and say, I'm having a struggle with this particular issue. Well, if I'm mad at you for something, but I can't tell you about it because I'm afraid you'll reject me for my anger, then I'm going to do something like my anger is going to leak out, right? I'm going to do stuff to kind of piss you off or to kind of give you the idea that I'm mad at you. What's my goal? You're going to run to me. Oh, you're mad at me. Are you mad at me? Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Are you going to do that? Is that going to make me feel better? Is that going to make me stop my passive aggressive behavior? Probably not. So when somebody is doing that to you, sometimes it is a good idea to talk to them about it. To say, you don't have to accuse them, you don't have to give them a label of passive aggressive, but you can say something like, I've seen kind of like a pattern maybe of, you say you're going to call and then you don't, or you call like, 6 hours later than you said, or I asked you for a ride, to the grocery store, and then, you canceled at the last minute. That's happened like 3 times in a row. We'll talk about you getting your own transportation on another video, okay? But anyway, just using examples of things that people might do in order to kind of express passive aggressive behavior towards you. So we talk to them about it, we bring it up. And then when they do it again, they deny it, of course. And when they do it again, then we can ask them, are you doing that thing? Are you doing that thing where you're maybe mad at me, but you're afraid to confront it? And so you just establish like a way to communicate with people. You're opening up the door saying, this relationship is important to me, and I want us to be able to talk about issues when they arise. We're grown up. I'm not going to explode. I know that when, our emotions go up, our thinking goes down. So it's like this. I know that happens. Let's talk about it in a way that our emotions don't get escalated, that our thinking can be up here. We can talk about it rationally. Let's do that. I'm willing and ready to communicate with you. I want to save this relationship. So if we're having an issue, let's address it so that neither one of us are engaging in these behaviors, whether it's passive aggression or aggression, or any other thing that's destructive to the relationship. So who do you have in your life that's passive aggressive? Does that happen to you? How have you dealt with it before? And what are your questions about it? Post your comments below. Let's share. Let's learn from one another. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching.